Okay, so another part of this puzzle is the use of themes. In certain applications, they're called uh, templates. WordPress chooses to call them themes. So let me give you an analogy. Um, let's say that I'm building a house and I build a house from scratch. So I lay the foundation, I put in the electricity, I put in the plumbing, I raised the walls and the roof, and etc. That would be akin to working with HTML and CSS and JavaScript and so on. The analogy here would be that WordPress is like a prefabricated house, and the theme, the house is already structured for you, and then you just move in your furniture, paint the walls, maybe you push the walls around a little bit, and then you begin from there. So that's the analogy I use for how themes work in relationship to the way that you build a website using traditional HTML. So let's go in and let's look at themes. So here I am inside of my WordPress dashboard. I'm going to go to Appearance and go to Themes. By default, you'll have a handful of themes that are preloaded. These are just a set of themes that just come preloaded in every version of WordPress. And I can start with one of these, or I can choose themes by clicking Add New. Once I click Add New, I'll see lots of different options for themes. So how do I choose a theme? Well, what I suggest you do is let the type of website you build help you choose which type of theme you need. So the idea is that I'm looking at a theme based on the features that I may need for that theme. Now, these are free themes, and the idea being is that there's no charge for the use of these themes. So one of the things that you'll notice is that the customizability of the free themes may leave a lot to be desired. So one of the things that you'll have to be aware of is what features the theme has and how customizable it is. Usually you can change the colors, the background, the structural elements on free themes are usually a little bit more hardwired. Now, in many circumstances, there will be another version of the same theme. So let's look at this one called Orbiter. There's a free version of Orbiter, and then you'll click and load it, and they'll have one slider or something like that. And they'll say, hey, if you want to be able to add a slider to every page of your website, then you can pay for Orbiter Pro, and it may cost $30 or $40, right? So there's different ways to think about the theme. One is, it does it have the structural components that I like? Two, does it have the color scheme that I like? I remember that in many circumstances I can change the color scheme. Does it have the features that I need or like, right? And then what's the interesting thing about themes is they can become very specific, like themes for shopping experiences, or themes for different types of disciplines. So I can come up here and I can search for themes using a lot of different features. I can go to the most popular themes, and I can look at which themes are the most popular. And in some circumstances, popularity really isn't important. But in this situation, popularity means that the theme is well structured and easy to understand and use, because lots of people have formed an opinion of that. I can look at the latest. I can also look at, in this case, favorites. We don't have any. And then there's another really interesting thing called feature filter. And what I can do is I can choose which type of features I want. Do I want something that has 2 columns in layout? Do I want to be able to have custom colors, a custom background, a custom logo? Do I want to have something with a featured image header, right? And so I can make those choices, and then I click apply filter, and it's going to show me filters of themes that fit within that design. those design elements that I've decided. I can also choose by subject. I want a theme that has an entertainment component, or a food and drink component, or a holiday component. And then I click feature filter. And once again, it's going to show me themes that have those elements. After that, the next thing I do is I click on details and preview. And I read what it says here, and I read and look at what it says here. Now, when you open up the theme and look at it like this, it's not going to look the way it did in that template. And the reason why is because down here, what it's loading is posts instead of pages. So you have to think about the fact that you're going to be replacing a lot of the content in here. And then if I like the theme, I can click install. Now, there is no set number of themes that you're relegated to. You can have as many themes installed as you want, but my suggestion is that you lock down the use of the theme as early in the design process as possible. The more times you change the theme, the more times you're loading additional content into your database, and they can conflict with one another and start to produce errors. It is possible to change a theme. What I try to do is lock it down as early in the design process as possible. Theoretically, if you've built pages and you switch from one theme to the other, the pages won't be lost, and that is generally true. But one theme will have features another theme may not support, and there may be features that you've relied upon, and if you change themes, those features will go away. So you always have to think about that when you are working with themes. We're going to come back and do a few more exercises with themes in a second.